Hey, what's going on, guys? Are we live? I think we're live. Check, check. Is there any audio coming through? I think so. Looks like we got it across the board. Yeah, yeah, we're live on the places. Let's just check. We're going to. So I've been getting these weird double streams going, which I got to figure out when to start things and when to end things. That's usually the problem. But I got my chat set up so I can see it for for my my rejiggered thing in this sun, man. This sun's beaming. But it's nice because it's so dark. It's usually so dark in here. So but yeah. I'm just gonna get things jiving. What do we got? Why am I missing audio? There we go. There we go. It's something going on. Okay. There we are. Cool beans. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna patch until I need to lower this window down. Now lower the window down, and then we'll keep patching. Because I'm hoping the sun. I don't know. I think we got about 30 minutes before it's out of the. But it's a nice shot. Nice mornings. Sunlight streaming in. Yep. Yeah, we're just gonna chill, hang out. All right, let me get this situated. Okay, one thing I gotta figure out. Get my audio levels on my keyboard sorted out real quick. Tell me, so can you, anyone in here, can you hear, I got a soundboard. Let me see if I can.
I'll be back.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
There was, I was having trouble. It's not registering on, one of the streams. So I wanted to make sure, and I don't know if there's no possible way, because it's, if this is the audio source, it's coming through the thing. It should be, but it's not showing on the meter, which is weird. So. Should be a little more spatial than that, right? Yeah, let's try this. What's going on? V Hill, whatever your name is. V numbers. I'm just making music. I got a synthesizer plugged in, and I'm just hanging out. I'm trying to get some audio levels right so I can. But I got a couple things going on here, so I'm gonna repatch and rejigger some of this stuff. So it's going to be a work in progress, but I'm just hanging out. What's going on? Nyla, how's it going? This is kind of what I got going on. So I got one module that's kind of being sequenced. Let me crank this up a little bit. Oh, I gotta do the unipolar. There we go. I don't know why it's doing that. Whatever, we're gonna figure it out. Yep, that's what's going on. How's it going, Jace? And a bunch of numbers. Yeah. Got to do your names. I'll say your names if I can pronounce them. That's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, stop. Okay, we're gonna tune this real quick. Okay. Now we're gonna see. Oh, I'm sorry. I get this in major. I gotta do it in the minor. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. What's going on, guys? Crazy Girl, Big E, Matt, Yasmin. What are you guys up to? We're just chilling. Can you hear? Okay, let me know in chat if you can hear my soundboard. Okay, I hooked the soundboard up and I can't tell if there's no audio registering on the meter. So
I'll be back.
can you guys hear that?
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
Can y'all hear that? I just clicked two different distinct things. Can anyone hear that? I think I got this tuned right. just messing around. What's going on, Cornelius and Bonga Tuffy? Can it? Let me know if you can hear my soundboard. Someone just give me a thumbs up if you can hear my soundboard.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Take your toy back to the carpet. Take it back!
What's up, guys? I don't know. What are y'all up to? Yeah. If the audio is weird, if something seems off, too loud, you can't hear it right, if the vocals are drowned out by the thing, let me know, because I'm still in the process of setting this up. And I don't know. Well, there's other things I don't know, but it has me tagged as game, but I didn't register as game. I don't know. Don't know what's going on there, but this is music, so I'm gonna have to figure out, see if I can sort that out. Okay, cool. Great. Thank you, Aberrant Devices. That is helpful. Because I can hear what I'm monitoring, but whether or not it's going out to you and it sounds like cool, like this is real. And also this stuff is, what I'm doing is really spatial. So like I have something affecting the panning. So you're going to hear the voices, like going back and forth and like shifting. And then you're going to hear it fading in and out. So you're going to in and out, back and forth. And then all these voices are phase shifted, so that means that, and then they're accumulating voltage, so that means they're basically modulating a little bit as in like 10 different ways. So it's very spatial, and then I have it going through a delay and reverb. So I'll do raw, you know. This is just, but you can hear it kind of going in and out. Alright, now we're going to change, now we're adding a little reverb. Okay, it kind of grows in space. And then, now let me take that reverb out. I'm going to add in the delay and see what the delay's doing. Should double it a little bit. I don't have the feedback set real high, so it's not going to, but I can set, let me see. There we go. So like if I kill it, or if I were to stop the signal, it, like, let me see. You're gonna hear it kind of trail off. So when I unmute it, let's test that with reverb. We got drums going. We got drums. Let's try that. There we go. Let's try this. going on, guys? What's going on? Chong Cho Shi Lao. Hung LA. D Sting, that's a good name. What are y'all up to? Anybody? I'm just chilling Friday morning. What's up? Anatari? Hey, Stevie. What's up? You getting you still doing tests, Anatari? You still you doing exams or whatever you were doing? Sounded like you were just studying and eating a lot. Like those two. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. I know, happy Friday, guys. We have one of the OGs in the chat, Stevie. Yeah, no, Aberrant Devices, thanks for hanging out. Have a good day at work. Thanks for your time. We all good? I don't have to work. I work 4 days a week, so. Yep, it's night. So you're not doing studies. So yeah, usually when I do late at night streams, I guess, you're probably morning or afternoon. Because, I mean, it's morning. It's still morning here. It's like 11 a.m. here. Yeah, it's not quite lunchtime yet. Sun's finally. Might turn this on. See what that. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I have all this. I've got my setup totally rejiggered. I don't know if that's the appropriate word. 9:55. Yeah, that's not bad. So you're just winding down for the day. I don't know. Yep. You said you were today. So Fridays, I do not work on Fridays. Day off. No, I work 4/10s ish. I mean, I work more or less. Depending on, well, not less. I never work less than 40 hours, but sometimes I work more. Like right now I'm driving, I have to drive somewhere, and it's one of those things when you're like, your day's getting cut down by several hours because of drive time and whatnot. It's like, I'm going to work a little more so I can maybe slice a day off the end of this. It's just like, it's so annoying, but you know, what it is, what it is. How's everyone doing on this nice Friday? It's a little warm in here, but I can't turn my fan on because you can hear it. And the sun it's like the weather just went, I don't know. I feel like I was in Long John's last week maybe. And this week I'm just I could go outside in shorts and a t-shirt now. So, but let me see. Let me check this out. Let me turn some of this down. I'm gonna try to find the synth sound that I like. I went through ever played the game You're Tired? I can slow it down for you. Let's slow it down. I'll slow down so you. This is a bedtime lullaby. So I started listening to like old game music because I'm trying to come up with. It's cool. I know, right? So I always had to wonder because, like, I'm not going to say I'm English, but if you look at my like genetic sheet, it's like England, and then there's like 12% from the Isle of Man. So I have to laugh. So it's like I adjust to the cold really well, and which is odd because I grew up like in the South. But yeah, but cold and dreary days make me angry, and I'm like, is that something like genetic? Just furious, like something deep seated. Yeah, I'm not. Last summer, I I'm getting older, you know. I probably didn't wear as much sunscreen or light long sleeve shirts as I should have. And my skin started spotting. Like it's like gotten real bad. Like I got like weird white patches coming up, and I've got like sunspots and things, and it's just like, bro, I don't. I've got this vocal effect I'm trying out. Tell me what you guys think. Okay. I'm not one for self-promotion, but if you come in, you want to hit the like and subscribe button. I hate this. I hate doing these perfunctory things, but yeah, you're hanging out. You enjoy any bit of it, just tap the like button. It's real easy. It's free. But I got this vocal effect I'm going to try out. I need to come up with... what's going on? How you doing on this Friday? Well, I guess it's still morning where you're at. It's almost lunchtime here. I'm gonna try out some vocal effects. I need some like military things to say because so I've got, oh no, I gotta find the right one. Okay, let me see. Let's try. I can't find it. Anyways, I got some fun ones. So I do have we got that one. Let me see.
And then I've got some that'll do weird, like detune things. So I can sing and it'll do weird octave stuff.
This one's called E-Pain. So I guess it's like auto tune, but it's like T-Pain. Sorry. Was the exterminate too much? Can you guys, so I got the soundboard hooked up and I can't tell if it's working.
I'll be back. Crush your enemies.
Can you guys hear
See
that?
them driven before you, and they hear the lamentation of their women.
Okay. I just need. Oh, okay. I gotta find. Let me find this one. That's a good one. Let me find. I will find it. Man, I can't remember what it's called. Maybe is it this one? No. Is it this one? No.
Vocal bender, is it this one? Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was probably not kind. That one I need to figure out how to dial back a little bit because it's a bit harsh. I'm very sorry. And I've not been tame about my audio levels.
So I've been like, that may be it. I've not been tame about my audio levels because sometimes they're just abysmally like low. So I've been trying to like, yeah. Raymond's brother? Who's Raymond? I think this is this one it? Is this one it? Oh no. It's close.
It's probably this one.
Golly. Oh, I think it's this one. No, it's not. Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? It's so weird. It might be this one. Oh, this one's it. There we go. There we go. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-team. The delay's a little much on it. Delay's a lot much on that one. Yeah, click performance, see if I can turn the delay down. Let me see. Hello? Hello? Yeah, so that turned, bruh. Oh, that's the freeze. Okay, so that's the freeze button. Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to do like, so it's like, oh, see ya. Have a good night. Is it very modulated? Yeah. Tell me if this sounds like it's coming through like what I want is it sound like it's coming through like a walkie-talkie, you know, like you're in the field and so it's like what was it last night? I was thinking oh yeah. Target is Oscar Mike. Permission to extract. And then like do like weird clicky noises in my mouth and then be like team leader, you are go for extraction. Just like stuff like that. But do it over like synth things. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'll hook this. I'm gonna hook this up and get one dialed in. Because that one is, yeah, it's just a distortion over the vocals, so it's not particularly like on the high end. So we'll do something fun. We'll try something like this. How about something like this? Whoa. See, this one's fun. This one's fun to like do over singing. Or like vocals. In a world filled with pain, yeah, that's appropriate. Must be a delay. Wait, so is it, I don't know. what's going on? Get some people in the chat. I don't know. I can't tell sometimes. What's going on? Pole with marbles. Rayan. Have you tried playing a cappella vocals from a song? Yeah, I want to do. I'm gonna do some. I mean, like record the audio. Where I sound weird and do weird remixes. So like this, like this. I'm just goofing off, guys. Okay. Maybe I'll get serious. I never planned on just goofing off, and then I end up just goofing off forever, and I don't ever do anything that I wanted to do. So. Oh man, that sun. I can like feel it, guys. I can feel the sun. Oh, maybe so. Yeah. I have a friend that I talked about movies and stuff with, and I text him after you showed me that, and it was like, what world do we live in? Like we live in a curious world where Nicolas Cage at like the end of his career, I'd say, not end, but you know, as a 65-year-old man is now like probably like it's okay. So it's, you know what they're doing, right? It's they've like, oh well, Rorschach is dead from The Watchmen, right? So how can we make Rorschach into Spider-Man, right? That's what they've done. They're making a character that 100% is going to be he's going to be like Rorschach, right? Oh no, I'm not saying it's the same timeline, because like, you know, after like they did the new I don't feel like the new 52 or whatever with all the comics, like all bets were off on whatever the freak kind of timeline is. But like, I don't know, just watching the tenor of the thing, it's like, and he has the hat, he has the mask, and you know he's gonna have the mask up, and he's gonna talk sometimes with the mask pulled up like Rorschach did, or like he's gonna eat, you know, with the mask. Like it's gonna be like, it's not gonna be the Mystique Spider-Man. It's gonna be the angry uncle, you know, the angry uncle Spider-Man, angry drunk uncle, right? So something like that. I've got to figure out. Trying to think. Yeah, I don't know why my my account on my TikTok is set to gaming, which is odd. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can see what that's all about. And what do you have to do? Are you printing stuff today, Stevie? You got that 3D printer fired up and running? You get your spindle downsizers printed. What's going on, Callisto? And how's everyone doing today? Okay. Okay, so I have to go to account category. Whatever. How do you do that? Account category. Big project. You go in full blown like mech. Like you can get inside slowly 3D printing all the parts. Oh man. Well, I'll let you, cause you'll probably make a video or something about it. So I'll let you disclose it at your own convenience. A week. I mean, cause I mean like, yeah, I mean, if you're doing, I don't know what all the settings are and everything, but if you're doing any, like, does it take longer if you're doing like, because you got to build internal structures in the thing, and then you have to like, if you want to, can't you do like half passes where you do like smoothing passes where it like kind of melts the top layer and smooths it out? Can't you do stuff like that? What's going on, Radiphonic and Chris? What are y'all up to? Okay, I gotta figure out where this is at because I want to change it. Okay, settings and privacy account. Privacy. I have no idea what that means. Activity status. Ironing. Okay. Yeah, that's what I knew there was a thing because like that was one of my friend that has one. That was one of the main things he had to get sorted out so that like he didn't have to do as much like, I don't know, not post work, but like things were more pleasant to touch, and handle. Okay. What's going on, Abigail? How you doing? The slicer automatically applies the infill that you choose. You can make hollow molds. Yeah, okay, I got you. So instead of doing internal sports, you do external sports. Yep. None of this is directing me to the right thing. Okay. Golly, everything's a video. Why can't I just see the steps? Because if you do the arrow directions, step 1. You see the arrow things? All I need to know is how to click. I don't need to watch your dumb video. Right? Can't. I don't know. Okay. Oh no, it picked up that I wanted to do it. That's funny. So it now popped up with the music hashtag, and it says it can't be changed during live, which I don't know. I don't know how I got switched to a gaming stream. So I apologize to anyone on who's coming in here thinking this is a gaming stream. I have no idea why, but we'll hopefully post something this weekend because it's consumed lots of time and I've not told anyone yet. Yeah. I was thinking like, I mean, just a time lapse video of printing. It's cool. Like you had the one where you did the T800 or whatever head, it that was really cool because you showed some stop stills, or not still, you showed some like clips of it printing, which is fun. Yes sir. I don't know. Anyways, okay, any ideas? I got some ideas. I'm gonna shift some stuff around. I want to keep this general vibe, but I'm gonna speed it up again. I don't know. May mess around with that in a minute to get that dialed in. But this gives a cool starved battery. Like 8-bitty. Yeah. Yeah, you can ask me a question. Oh, I don't know about that. That may be, yeah. There may be it may. Ground loop isolator. I don't know. I don't know much about car stereos. I mean, I do know about is a noise dampener something you add on to the line itself, like an insulator that like insulates it from noise, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know a lot about low end. I don't know anything about car stereo systems, so I wish I did. I do know. So is it something that's in line, or is it something that you like clamp onto the line? Wait. So ground loop. So you're isolating the ground to something specific? I don't know. Let's look it up. I don't know a lot about electronics. A guy I used to work with, anytime I had a question about electronics or stuff, I'd ask him because he was an electrical engineer. It was nice and be like, hey man, what's going on? Can you tell me about this? And he'd be like, yeah. And he knew about all this stuff. Oh, I see. Okay. Ground. So you were getting interference from you were getting noise from. Oh, yep. There probably is. There probably is something to that. Um, um, okay, yeah. So, according to Google, it can cause a 3 dB drop in the 46 hertz on cheaper on signals below 100 hertz. So on cheaper, it says on lower quality ones. So there may be like specific ones that do better with bass retention. I don't know. Or it could be the cables themselves. Are the cables shielded or not? Because like, yeah, I have problems with noise on some of these cables, like TRS versus instrument cables. I'll get more noise out of a TRS cable because it's not insulated, but I don't know. I don't know. That's what Google. That's what Google says, and it makes sense. So like, if there is some sort of so it's filtering. It's like a high pass. So and maybe that's the thing. It may be the cable. I don't know how to test. I don't know. I guess you'd be testing different cable, but sometimes you can get like, I don't know, like, I don't know. Yeah. Spend more money. Yeah. That's probably it. But yeah, if it is a filter, so you're hearing oscillation. So your engine is spinning, it's causing an electromagnetic charge, and then it is actually creating sound. Like, not just the movement of it creating sound, but the electricalness of it is creating sound. So yeah. So if it's clamping the high frequencies out, it may also be clamping the low end going through it. Yeah, I don't know how you would test that. I don't know if you can't do it. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know how you would test it, but let me see. I'm gonna try something real quick. I'm gonna see if I can in this one stream, not YouTube, I'm not ending you. I'm in this other stream, guys. I'm gonna try to come back with a music thing, so maybe we'll get people wanting to hang out. Because it's been hit or miss here. But we'll see. I don't know. I mean, yeah, because like it is so like any of this kind of stuff. So like on my mic, I have an 80 hertz high pass filter. If I take that out and I have my settings just wrong, I got a keyboard. I got a keyboard. It's the one troll that I decide not to do anything about because he's funny. Just kidding. But yeah, so if it is a physical thing, because like I'm thinking, like I've seen people do things where they isolate noise from electrical things, but it's like things you clamp onto wires. and that provides insulation from noise between things that are sensitive to noise. So like certain electrical components and things are really sensitive to noise. So you have to have shielding. You have to have a properly shielded wire and or shielding device or whatever it is to eliminate that. I have a keyboard. I just don't have it plugged in yet, or right now. All right, we're gonna try this again. Okay, I got a screen over here so I can. Okay, there we go. What's going on? Okay. But I do have local effects and stuff. Okay. Yep, it's probably close. I haven't checked them with a. I haven't checked it with a scope. I can check in the scope and see what it looks like. Actually, I'll tell you if it's square or what. See that? Let's go to oscilloscope. Let me see. Since that's set up. It should look like but these kind of weird little square waves. Only way I know how to describe it. They're like stair step sine waves, so they go up in like stepped increments. It's really weird. Let me turn all this delay and junk off. Okay, let's track this. Yeah, they're kind of. Let me see. Yeah, they're kind of these weird. They're going at audio rates right now, so they sound different than they look if you slow them down. They're like it's like it does this. It's weird, and then they stair step. It's like a sine wave going like this, but it's stair steps, so it gives you that 8-bit feel. But it has a, I don't know, it has a quality to it that you know,
Get to the chopper!
it's got a quality to it that has extra harmonics and things in it that make it more interesting than just. Yeah, listen to that. There we go. See, you gotta find that sweet spot. Gotta get it just right. All right, a little delay. This is like Mario's having a good time in some sort of something. Mario's in Mario Bliss right now. Oh, buddy. Oh, wow. The light's kind of weird in here now.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. I'll be back. I'll be back. Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!
Oh yeah, Mario's had a few too many mushrooms.
Get to the chopper! Let's take your toy back to the carpet. Take it back!
get something going. I'm gonna try and get this dialed in. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Oh man. None of this is working. feeling a little weird. Brass drum. Yeah. Alright, I might change the ratio. There we go. That's like a DX7 style. Try this. What's going on, guys? You got anyone? Anyone? My goal is to make I don't know, something chill you can just turn on. We hang out, we'll chat, talk, whatever. The goal is ultimately just like be kind of, you know, I could be in the background or be in the foreground, or we could just hang out, or you know, you got something you want to talk about, or you got an idea you want me to work out on here. Just like that's the whole vibe is about just kind of being chill. Like we work hard during the week. This is the time where we can kind of like chill and relax and, you know, do something fun and interesting and blah blah blah, you know. So that's sort of, I'm not going for high energy, even though I have a couple of ideas that I need to work out. They're shy. Everyone's shy, but it's a psychology effect. So like, it's the same thing with likes. Like people are less inclined to like something until they see that first person liking it. And I guarantee you see it in any lives I watch. Once a couple people start like liking the chat and people see it, like putting hearts in the chat, you know, whatever it is, everyone else starts doing it. It's all about following. And so like, since I'm not engaging, like, guys, smash the like button, like and subscribe, boop the like button, you know, do all the things, like be real intense, self-promotive, which is probably why I'm, I'm not popping. I'm not into self-promotion. I have low self-esteem, extremely low self-esteem, but I've been working on that in the last couple of years. So I think we're getting past all that finally. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. Because it's like free. It's free to like something, like especially if it's just chill, you know. We're just hanging. We're just, you know. Maybe it's not that cool. Maybe I'm just a nerd and this isn't that cool, but I think this is freaking awesome. So, but whatever, guys. I'm sitting here looking at the chat. The chat's here. You guys are here, but yeah, let me jam on this for a minute. See if I can get something going. Nothing jives. It takes a long time to get things jiving. I probably have to get it done beforehand. It's usually like stringed instruments that tend to jive the best in this system. Strings always sound, they're always jiving better. I don't know why. But anyways, let's see what's going on here. What's up, Lion Fire Ninja? That's good. That's a good vibe, I think. What do you guys think? This is a good vibe? Need something else. Drums are like bumping still. There we go. There we go. I think that's a vibe. You need an education? I'll give you I'll tell you what I'm doing. So basically I'm sequencing one voice. I'll dial it back so you can hear it all. If you're interested. So, all right. I'm gonna dial it back. I don't know how many bars. So it looks like it's 16 steps. Of course, I can change the length at any given time. So let's say I want to change the length. So that's going to be 14 steps. So I can change that. So that's just looping. It's a sequence. It's sending volt per octave to a voice, which is this guy right here. They're called the Walk 4. It is like 4 voices in one, but they only ever generate the same pitch, but they kind of have a weird modulation thing going on. Let me see if I can kind of get you to hear it. You'll hear it kind of get, yeah, those extra harmonics. Yeah, there we go. You can hear some extra octaves kind of get thrown in there, and then I could do it to where you get sub octaves thrown in there. Okay, and then all I'm doing is bringing in a little reverb. Grows the space. All right, and then so this is just a plain sequence going into one voice, and then I'll bring in delay, and then the delay will double it. And it causes harmonic content get richer and, with feedback and all that other stuff. So you can hear it kind of, I can do it, let's do this. And I can engage mute. Listen to this. This is just it going in the reverb. It's just it fading away. You listen, you're not hearing anything. It's just the delay and reverb fading away. So it's like I need to look at you guys. You guys are over here. You're not right here. Chat's here. You guys are here. Yeah. So that's just the delay. That's just the delay and reverb just fading away into the background. So that's always going on. Yeah, if you know anything about music, thanks. And then, so I have spatial stuff going on too. So I do have panning on the voice whenever I unmute the voice. I have panning going on, so the voices are going like this in the field, and then they're also the levels are going up and down. So you're not getting, it's not quadraphonic, but you are getting like a lot of movement that should make you feel like you're, if you have headphones on, or if you have, you know, it coming through speakers. Even on your phone you can hear it. If it has 2 speakers on it, you can hear it go into should be very much like stereo, like spatial. So it, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with a vibe, you know, chill, like, because you can hear like, so this is like no delay. That's just reverb, so it sounds like it's in a big room, right? And then you take all that out. Sounds like that's just raw, you know. Let's speed it up and see what we get. There we go. Yeah, no, this is a modular synth. So basically, imagine like a all-in-one synth. So over here I have an all-in-one synth. You can't hear it now, but it's all-in-one. All the components are like under the hood, you know. Whereas this is everything's broken out into pieces, and you can just buy a module that does kind of a couple things, put it in, experiment with it, and work it into your system. So basically the hood's open all the time. It's like, imagine it's like, you know, it's like a car, and then you have like different parts you can put onto it. So like, you know, you can have an exhaust or a turbo, you know, different, modify your exhaust or your intake, or put a turbo on, or put an eco boost. I don't know, all the different little things you can tweak it infinitely. And now there's a limit, but there's modularity to it. So like, that's what this is. Modular just means there's modularity to it. So like, it's not all tied and wired together under the hood. All the wiring together is on top. So each individual thing does like a certain thing. So like, you got distortion and modulation and a voice that makes sounds, filtering, so it makes filter effects, and then, you know, other things that specialize in different stuff. And so you combine it all together and you wire it all up kind of how you want to, and you get, you know, you get some weirdness. You get some freaking awesome weirdness. And then you can bring the drums. Now the drums are a little complicated. I do have clock divider dividing a thing, and then I have it going through a granular processor. So it's kind of, it's hard unless you know what it is, this stuff is. It's hard to explain in a short, you know, but it's not terribly complicated. Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna mute these. That'd be cool. I get some panning going on in the drums, but I really would want panning going on in the processing, but I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it's a vibe. Like trying to create like an atmospheric kind of like you could slow this down. Because I can slow everything down and get it kind of funky. That's the whole point of having it like this, because I can tweak things and experiment with like just kind of wild fun. I took my keyboard out. What I did is did something going to the effects loop, then looped it back to another channel so I can process the effects multiple times and not lose it going to, so like I can do this now. So it should get real freaking weird now. It's gonna start feedbacking, so I gotta watch it. Yeah, I gotta, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go, you know I gotta go do. I gotta make a call real quick. I'm just gonna leave this vibing.
I'll be back.
Huh? Hello, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. Everybody needs me at once. Had a rodent problem I had to consult on. Where exactly did you hear the noise? It's just odd because it's warm. It's so warm around here. I'm like, what rodent would be getting in the walls at this time? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's the winter thing. I'm gonna have to. I'm getting I don't know. My parents are cleaning out my grandparents' house, which is kind of weird, but I gotta get. They're bringing me the remainder of the things that have been divided up. Of course, I get all the good stuff. Everyone else gets stuff and they think it's good, but I'm like, toolboxes? Yeah, please, thank you. Lots of toolboxes? Yes, please, thank you. Stereo system? Yeah, maybe birds. That's a good thought, because like we have wrens, and what are they? Is it called a nook dweller? Not a nook dweller, rock dweller. I don't know. They like to find holes like in rock faces, and make little like weird little nests that you kind of go into. So they have like a mouth, and then you go into the nest instead of it being an open top nest. And so like in the garage, I have all my clamps lined up. Like basically I have a piece of plywood cut and it's setting like this, and I have the clamps clamped onto it. And so they like will make the way some of the clamps go together, it forms like kind of a nook, and then they like tuck their nests in there because I've sealed up the garage as best I can, but they can still like squeeze in. Sometimes it's weird, and it's odd, but yeah, they may be hunkering down. We have these. Do you have phoebes? We have these birds called phoebes. They're fly catchers. So they don't eat at bird feed. You don't never see them eating at bird feeders. They're called fly catchers, but they'll sit like right on. I have a little gate going out one of my side doors, and they'll sit on the gate and they just pick. You'll just watch them. You can sit there and watch them. They'll just pick bugs off all day long and eat them. So I'm like, they have like one little spot they make a nest at, and they pair off and they'll make their nest. And I've seen them breed like at least twice in a year, maybe 3 times with 3 sets of little birds. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe that's not right, but maybe it's a different group. But like, I feel like I've seen them breed like a lot. So several years in a row, they came back, and that was nice because like you get to see the life cycle and watch them. And I like bird watching. That's one of my old man attributes is watching birds and knowing what every single solitary bird is. So like, I'm sure I got plenty of birds there. I bet you can get it. What I did is like Princeton Press. Let's see if that one. So Princeton Press has a good book called Birds of North America. It's really good. In my opinion, I like it. I have several, and it's the one that it's my go-to on birds. And so what we did is when I first moved into this house, we set up the feeders. We had this old like play set in the backyard. It's kind of close to the house, and so we just hung feeders on it, and we sat and we watched I mean, on the weekends, every morning, we'd sit there and we'd just watch birds, and have the book, and we figured out what every single solitary bird around was. And then of course the ones in the seasonal change, we watched then. Um, and that was fun. And so like now I know what every, bird is. We have wrens and house finches and yellow finches and robins and cardinals and chickadees and tufted titmouses and rufous-sided towies and ladderback ladderback woodpeckers and red-shouldered hawks and kestrels and blue merles. Is that the right thing? Kingfishers. We have so many different kinds of birds. It's pretty fun. It's a lot of fun, like figuring it out. So. Let's see. Wow. Y'all, I'm gonna see. Let me see if we have any similar. Oh, y'all have geese. Y'all have geese just like we do. Oh, those are fun. Y'all got a lot of birds, bro. This list is pretty exhaustive. Lots of oh, these are all ducks or mallards or whatever they are. Let's see. Let's get down to the ones where, bro. What is that? Dude, this bird looks awesome. It's called the Western capercaillie. It looks like a turkey. Oh, it's showing that it's in like more Scotland area. That's cool. Is this fun? Geese fly over me all the time. Yeah, we have geese. Let me tell you about the geese around. Well, I gotta go. I gotta go offload my toolboxes. My dad's here, so I'll only leave this playing just because it's kind of a chill vibe. We got some people watching, so maybe some people are just listening in the background. So I'm gonna let her out. I'm gonna go take care of this.
I'll be back.
Anyone still here? What's up, guys? Anyone still here? Sorry, I had to go. I got my dad brought an old stereo system over, so I wanted to go get that, speakers and toolboxes. So we'll do some show and tell right quick. I'm gonna go through this box. Should be cool. Should be cool. Let's see. Let's rejigger this. Okay, we'll do show and tell for anyone that's still chilling in here. Okay, have you ever seen one of these? Says we use RCA tubes. It's like an old tube box. So I don't know. It looks cool as shit. And it's got some old tubes in it, so let's take a look. Let me set it down here. I think this is long enough. I can take the camera with me. I think I got a long enough cord. We'll look at some old stuff. Okay. Hey guys. Can you hear me? What's I'm gonna set you guys down, okay? What's up? Oh, you want to see my artwork? I do artwork. Some artwork. Like kind of goofy stuff, but I gotta get doing some more of that stuff. But we're gonna check out this box, all right? I'm gonna put it up here on my little pedestal, and hopefully my mic is in a position where you can kind of hear me talk. Let's see. Yeah, there you can go. I can operate. Okay, we're gonna. Let me see. Let me get this back open. Okay, let's do a. I'm gonna do a perspective. Yeah, we're still going. I want to make sure. We're going. Okay, so we'll do a. The first I opened it downstairs, but I didn't see what was in it. Here, I guess what's this right. Okay. Let's look and see what's inside this thing. What's inside the box? Old stuff. Oh, there's some stuff in there. Okay, let's see some old tubes and stuff. Alright, what's in here? Okay, there's an old tube. Who's this guy? The Motorola. Whatever. I don't know. Oh, that's cool. It's like an old, I don't know. It's like a 66 or something. I don't know what that is. Oh no, it is a 6BL7GT. Okay. That stuff in there. Let's see what's in this big guy. It says Bilko Ford Quality Pots. What year is this from? Bro, you see that? Look at that, 1968. Let's see what this is. Do they have tubes on cars? Oh no. What is that? What is that? Okay, I don't know what that is. That's weird. That's not tubes. Okay, now see it. I need two hands. I might have to. I don't know. None of this looks like tubes, so I think it's just gonna be. Yeah, it's like a little transformer or something. Okay, this is not. These are not tubes. Okay. So this stuff, Bilko stuff, is not. It's not tubes. So okay, let's find some tubes. Some wires, but it's like silicone. It's like a silicone thing, so it's high heat. So whatever that part is, it was probably goes near heat. Okay, what's this? That's this Savania. That should be a 2, right? hell? That's a cog. Okay, this is like a scrap pan. Okay. I think I'll have to open up one of these sides. Alright, let's go with this guy. Let's go with this side. Oh man, look at all that stuff in there. Nothing. Okay, everything is, it sounded like it was on this side. Okay. Now let's it was like sloshing around, so this says parts. This may just be some like, I don't know. So my dad knew the guy that owned the TV repair shop, and so this may have been like a scrap part. Scrap part. And then those are screws. Oh, there's some resistors. Okay, orange cap resistors. Oh, that looks cool. I don't know what that is. It's magnetic, whatever it is. It's got screws stuck to it. I don't know. Oh me. Okay. See, this says Sylvant. Nice, nothing. Man, this is all just like empty boxes. No tubes. That's like a, I don't know. I was hoping for tubes. Well, this is a bust. All my tubes are in the other, are actually, I have a whole box full of tubes downstairs, but we're not going to get into those two. These are heat. This is all, man, the boxes are cool though. I mean, they're empty tube boxes. Who keeps, I don't know. Maybe these are just TV parts. Yeah, these are like this little transformer guy. Maybe this wasn't a tube box. I don't know. My dad thought it was a tube box. I am wrong, but the box is cool. The box is cool as fuck. Yeah. So this is the box. Oops. It's huge. It's very cool. Cool. It's from, I mean, so like he knew the guy that had a TV repair shop in town, and I think he got it like a yard sale, or from the guy personally. I don't know, a whole bunch of like stuff. Here, this is what I got going on. You guys can see yourself. There's a chat over here. You can see I got a little screen set up. It's perfect. Got this used for like $50. It's USB-C. And then I can put whatever I want to on it and see it live. So I can see the chat while I do my synth stuff. And then over here, I got a little light, which I don't need that much light, but I need a little bit. But this is what I got going on today. We'll do a little tour. So I got the Walk 4 is what I'm featuring. So any like melodic stuff you're hearing is coming from this. It's got 4 outputs, but they're all kind of slewed, so they'll make weird noise, and then everything's been sequenced by the Bloom. Pam's is driving some other, drums and stuff. And then a clock divider on the drum on the thing, the snare, and then the bass drum you're hearing is Plonk, this guy right here. It's all being mixed through here. This stuff's not hooked up yet. What else? You can see this is the signal looks like, but which isn't anything. It's just a reverby signal. But anyways, and then I got a lot of modulation going on. So this guy's modulating, these 4 modulation points on the multi-wave are modulating the value inputs on the Walk 4. And then the tangrams gates are being triggered by Bloom. And the tangrams gates are going into the trend and constrain on the Walk 4. So you get this kind of evolvingness. And then the panning and the volume adjustment are coming from Mod Medusa. So you got a Euclidean like offset modulation source going into the pans over here on the mixer. It's real simple, guys. It's real simple. It's a real simple setup. All you got to do is spend like, I don't know, how many hours? Probably like 100 hours reading manuals, watching videos, figuring all this crap out. It's fun. It's fun, guys. All right. Oh, buddy. I gotta go sort out. Spring cleaning is about to start. You know, like, what is it? What's the saying in Game of Thrones? Winter's coming. I was thinking yesterday, day before, like, spring cleaning is coming. We've hoarded everything, hunkered down for the winter, and now it's time to purge all of the crap we've piled up around ourselves in a nest during the winter. Something like that. Oh me. Well, we got one viewer on YouTube. Awesome. Ooh. Buddy boy, buddy boy. Okay. Anyways, how long have I been going here? 2.5 hours? You guys want to go 3? You guys want to do a long 3 hours? Last 3 hour, I'm probably going to sit and talk. I'll probably rant. I need to go get some food. I'm going to go grab some food. I want to sit and rant. Maybe that. Is that good? This is fun. This is jive. Okay. What was that? Hold on. I might go get something to eat. I'll bring it back up. I won't be long. I won't be as long as last time. For anybody listening, I thought I heard something thump, so I'm gonna go figure out what that is. Is. All right. Got a little drink. Lemon ginger or something or other from Trader Joe's. It is legit. It hits the spot. It's just got a little sugar in it. At least. No one says no sugars. It tastes like it has sugar in it. Just a tinge. I still got a little coffee left too. All right, let's get the. I kind of like this weird, slow ambient thing. I'm gonna. Let me. Man, is this just me, or is this echoing? What is it? Wrong one. Okay. So I think we're gonna. I don't have any more. Yeah, my mixer's maxed out. I probably need to. I guess I could mix the drums up there and isolate them into a single. But I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna just keep messing around with this. All right. Okay, we're going to do. What's up, John? I think everyone else is checked out because I had to go unload some tools. But yeah, we're chilling. You having a good week? You pump any more retention ponds? Is that what you do? Or do you just do different stuff and that's just one of the things you do? Oh, buddy. Yeah, we hung out. I thought all three of us, we hung out the other night. Good times. We talked about dogs, didn't we? Yeah, we talked about getting attacked by dogs. Okay, yep. It's coming back. Oopsie. Okay. No, I remember. I don't know. There's not a lot of guys that come in here and chat. So there's like maybe 10 of you that I remember well enough. And I mean, I don't know. I don't talk to that. I ain't talk to that many people. So it's not as though I would be short on the memory thing, but oh man. Okay. I might be done tinkering with this. I don't know. I'm gonna play and I may just talk for a bit. I need to try and get it back to kind of how I had it. Yeah, no, I understand. I work for a company, and we have people do lots of things for us. So we have lots of contracts and stuff that. So I understand a little bit about. Yeah, that's the way some stuff is. Like, especially if you have something like we've had a lot of instances where like usually with the things that get miscommunicated where there ends up having to be extra work on a job is like the interior designer didn't specify something quite right and they went with what was on the architectural plans and they didn't look at the ID plans. And so like they'd be like, well, the interior design plans are the final plans for the interior. The architectural plans are like a fallback at a certain point for things. And so like sometimes there's miscommunication on finishes and heights of things and like other little details, and it can cause big headaches for guys. Like I watched guys, what did they do? They weren't supposed to frame all the way to the ceiling. Because the way it was designed is you basically have to have insulation on top of all the offices, because they all have acoustical tile ceilings, and you have to be able to get in there to put all the insulation in or whatever. And then you have overhead, you have like skylights. So essentially, like, they framed everything to the ceiling in like a 20-foot space. And then like, basically we're like, you guys looked at the wrong plan set. There's a revised plan set for the interior design. And so they had to go through the entire building and cut all the metal studs in place and then put, top caps on them or whatever. It was interesting. It was very noisy that set of days. Very noisy. But you do cleanup stuff, so it's a little different. I understand, like, that's a different thing, but still, I'm sure there's plenty of similar instances where it's, yeah. Or like I don't know, sometimes I think there's weird stuff like you don't realize how hard it is to get to the job site, so you need to, like, I don't know, have someone come in and put some gravel down, things like that. Like, I bet there's stuff like that. But it's good sometimes you get paid for a week for nothing. Take that. Closing out some stuff I don't need. I was a surveyor for about 5 years. We would pin footers and survey the construction companies. They got the orientation of 20 houses. Well, that's a loss that nobody wants right there. Bro. Yeah. Oh man, it's not the same thing, but so I moved to Charlotte 2010, 2011. So that's within 3 years after the housing crisis, whatever. And I worked for a guy. We did residential window washing and pressure washing and gutter cleaning and all, stuff like that. And so we would a lot of the houses were real big houses. So, I mean, like, houses with like 50 windows in them, or like 50 French pane windows. So it's like lots and lots of work. And so a lot of times what we tried to do is coordinate pressure washing with gutter cleaning and window washing. I mean, because you could roll into a place and you could just make bank. It'd be like 4 of us. One guy we'd wash the windows inside the house while the other one guy pressure washed the house. Then we'd go back outside and we'd wash all the windows. And then, like, while he's someone's pressure washing like a driveway or driveway, something. We tried to pair things together, and then if you pressure wash before you did all that stuff, like, made everything all that the same. This one neighborhood we cleaned called Brookhaven had $500,000 to $700,000 houses, right in that range. And they had sold all of them right before the neighborhood was built in like 2006 and into 2007. So everybody in the house bought the houses at like high market rates, and then it crashed. And we're talking like no one could move. Like, it was abysmal. Like, I mean, because a lot of the people, like, you know, they weren't wealthy. They were wealthy, but like they couldn't take like a three or $400,000 bath on a house after a crash. And so like that was interesting because we kind of got to see the transition. So like we are able to help. So like my boss would work with people wanting to sell their house. So like in 2000, I don't know, 2012, it started to kind of come out of it. People were able to sell their houses for at least what they paid for it. And so, because a lot of people waited, because like it's kind of a high, I don't know if a high volatility rate. So like there's in Charlotte, there's a lot of IT work, there's a lot of banking, and then there's some other industries. But like a lot of guys work at home, and they like have these nice houses, and they'd have offices in the back of their like they'd have a bathroom, and then they'd have a walk-through closet, and then they have an office. Tons of dudes working from home doing IT work and stuff. In this neighborhood, and so like, but like. They like literally people stalled like taking jobs other places and all this other stuff because like they didn't want to lose like hundreds of thousands of dollars on this house they had bought. And so it was cool because we got to go in sort of at the time, and a lot of people were like, hey, can you guys come help us clean up the house and everything and get it ready to sell? So we'd go in and we'd pressure wash the driveway and sidewalks and clean the gutters and windows and all that stuff. And so, but a lot of times like the house wouldn't be able to sell. Okay. So like they'd been trying to sell it. And so we'd go in and we'd do a clean, and like my boss was always like, okay, what you need to do like he's like, this is, there's no science. I don't know if there's any science behind this, but like, this is what I recommend. We go through, and if you have like, fake panes, like to make it look like French pane windows, and you can take them out, take all of those out, and then go through and take all the screens out of the entire house. Of all the windows, so you let as much light in as possible, and then the lights aren't divided, so your eyes just seeing like outside, and they're not seeing anything. And I'm telling you, like there was like 5 houses we'd go, we'd clean them, we would take all the screens out, we'd take all the dividers out, and like 2 weeks later the house would sell. And so like that, and it was like one of those weird things where like I didn't believe him at first. I'm like, what are you talking about, Jordan? Like, I was a kid. I was a young guy. I was like early 20s. I wasn't thinking. And, but yeah, like multiple times it was like, oh wow, this works. Like the windows in a house, like letting light in, all that stuff, like make a huge difference to appeal. And then also like, I'm sure there's other stuff. It might not just been just us, but like, and it was in a nice enough neighborhood where you would want like a good, nice, clean space, right? Because I mean, if it's all keeping up with the Joneses, like, oh, one of the things. Okay, let's tell stories. While we're telling stories, there were like, so we would chat with some of the ladies because we were all usually stay-at-home moms there. And so we would always ask them goofy questions like, what's who's sleeping with who, and blah, blah, and like joking around, like not quite that direct, but if we're inside the house for like a couple hours because we clean chandeliers and all this other stuff. So if they're in there and they're nice, sometimes they'll like sit and chat with us, and we're like, while we're doing stuff, and we're like, and one of my friends is really good at talking and chatting. So it was nice to get to hang out with a customer. Cause a lot of the ladies were pretty funny. And so like hearing the scuttlebutt and the gossip around, it was just always hilarious. Like, bro. But then there was this one, so like we would work streets sometimes. My boss would do like a deal. He'd be like, all right, you're a customer of ours. We come every year. If you can get someone else on your street to also do it, we'll give both of you guys like a 10%, 15% off or whatever. We would do these like, he'd figure out how to do little package deals. So find another neighbor on your, let's say there's 30 houses on the street. Find someone else on the street. So like we can get done and we can just go to the next house. It saves us time. We can make more money by doing that. And we can put more guys on it so we can do it a little quicker. It was a good thing. And so, but we were working this one street, and because we were there, we did like half the street because everybody was like, yeah, sure, we'll take 20% off or whatever. And so, but like we were there for like 2 weeks, I think, because we were cleaning gut. I mean, it's a lot of work, and there's like four of us. And so there's this house in the cul-de-sac, and I think they did this like bi-weekly like book club. Bro, it's like lunchtime, and those ladies are rolling out of there like 3 sheets to the wind. It was the funniest thing to see, and it's like, oh, to be a bored housewife. But that was an interesting time in my life. Learned a lot of lessons along the way. Learned how to carry a 32-foot ladder and stand almost on the top rung, cleaning bay windows. That'll put hair on your chest. All right, you guys got any plans for the weekend? I think I'm live. It's gonna be a live streaming weekend. I got some other stuff to do. I got some spring cleaning to get started on. For sure. Totally got to get some spring cleaning done. I started early, and it's so hot today. I'm gonna turn the air on. It's wild. How hot is it here? It is warm, bro. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna live stream, chill, make some chill vibes, hang out. Oh wow. What's a lampshade? Oh, the barbecue, bro. Yeah. Let's go. Oh. Yeah, I haven't had any like scary interactions. It's 80 degrees here. It's warmer than I'm used to. I'm trying to think. Scariest. Okay, so like that's scary. Gun pulled. Yeah, I mean, and that's scary because I mean, I roll up in enough shady things, but I mean like a property that may not have been, someone might not have been there for a little bit, so there may be like people, bums hanging around or whatever, drug addicts, whatever. Occasionally, so I carry it all the time, for that reason, but we had this client, and you go into a place like and the vibe's already bad because we've been given like way too many instructions before we go to this house. Where I'm talking, this was. Oh, I hear thunder, bro. This was okay, in my opinion, of all the neighborhoods I worked in, there were 2 neighborhoods in the outer Charlotte area near Matthews, North Carolina, which were the safest places I've ever been into. Not only the area safe, but the you're gonna I don't have one, but I know someone who does have one. No, I have a G48, if you know what that is. And so like literally the vibe of this neighborhood. So like we're talking like there's like people that are like, investment bankers and NASCAR drivers and football players. Like a guy in the neighborhood was what was his name? London Fletcher. He played for the Redskins. We cleaned his house. Like this neighborhood was, yeah, he lived near there. This place was super duper safe. It had like 2 gates to get into the neighborhood, and the vibe of the neighborhood was like no one locked, like people didn't lock their doors. Like neighbors would just roll up into someone else's house and say, hey, like it was chill vibes for being a highfalutin kind of wealthy area. It was like the chillest vibes you could imagine. Everybody was super comfortable. I mean, like one of the ladies, she was like a I don't know, venture capitalist or something, Gloria. She's a freaking millionaire, and she's like baking us cookies and like hanging out with us while we clean. I mean, it's just like the vibe of the neighborhood's so chill. There's this one dude that lived in this little cul-de-sac area. He ran like a steel company or something overseas, so he stayed up late a lot of times because I think he had meetings. Like, so I think when we got there in the morning, he'd already been staying up. He's already up like all night long, and I don't know if he was on anything or if he just had too much Red Bull and coffee. But bro was like ready to go, like, and his wife was there, and she looked like scared to death. I mean, this guy was out of control. All these instructions, he had these marble floors, so like nothing but like socks or a towel could touch the marble floors. Nothing. No water could touch the marble floors. No. And if you've ever been around marble will stain very easily. It's highly absorbent, super soft, will scratch, all that stuff. But like these are like Italian marble floors. This dude was nuts about them. So my buddy's cleaning the carpets. And to get his line in, he like had to lay a trail of towels like through the whole thing. And so, but the guy didn't want the house unlocked at any point. He wanted all the doors locked all the time. Okay. I'm telling you, there are people in there that had $10 million house. They would be like, all right, guys, I'm at work right now. Doors open. Go in, make yourself at home. I got Gatorades in the fridge. Have a good day cleaning, whatever. Like it was like no need for this. Dude was like charged up, and he had this Ferrari in the garage, and he didn't want us to like open the garage door without him being there. He stood in the garage door while we washed the windows. And I mean, it was like paranoia like I ain't never seen, man. And then like, but my buddy Matt was like, he was cleaning the carpets. So he had to go dump his truck at some point because the house is big, and he cleaned a lot of upholstery, a lot of carpets, and all this other stuff. And so he had to leave, go dump his car, and come back. And I maybe he left the front door open, and like, I think the dude was ready to like deck him when he came in the door and like got into like a yelling match with the guy. I don't know. It was like the next day after we'd left, but like you feel the mood of a place, and it's like, bro, we got to get the fuck out of here as fast as we can, because this is no place that I want to be right now. And it's all because of one dude, like one charged up dude. And it's like, and it's one of those instances where like, all I gotta do is call my boss and be like, hey bro, we're not doing this. This dude's too charged up. You're gonna have to call him and tell him we're not cleaning for him. Like we're out of here. Like that's all we had to do. We didn't have to, if something would happen, we wouldn't have to stay. If he would have acted too erratic. But it was just like, it's one of those things. It's like, we were talking about the dogs. I got cornered by a dog in a house one time. It's just like, bro, one freaking dog is ruining my whole day. This guy was like, he was out to ruin everyone's day. And I'm talking like, so like down, in the neighborhood next to it, there, I mean, like similar safety protocols, similar, people and whatever. One was on a golf course and one wasn't, I think, is what the difference. One was on a lake and one was on a golf course. So they're just slightly different vibes. But, you know, like we're talking like this one lady. Okay, they're like these are like the chill. These were like super chill wealthy people. These are the people that had like on their Lambo, they had a bumper on their on the not on the glass of their car, on the bumper of their Lambo. They had a like a sticker for their church. When I saw that, I like lost it. Paul was like, my buddy was like, he's like, you gotta check this out, man. He's like, he like showed me that he's like, you see that car? I was like, yeah, look at that. He's like, you notice anything about that car? And I'm like, the giant freaking bumper sticker on their Lambo. These people were so chill. Like we do the whole job. They're nice as can be. The guy's like, you know, he's working from home and she's just chilling. They got a Simpsons pinball machine upstairs. They're like, oh, if you want to turn it on, you can go play it. You know, when y'all are up in that room. Okay, cool. We'll play Simpsons pinball when we're up in this room. Cool. I'll take it. It's raining. And so we come downstairs and the guy's like, we were like all done. We're packing up and he's like, oh man, I forgot. Let me get y'all a tip, you know, or whatever. Like, okay. He like walks over to the cabinet. He just reaches in the cabinet and just reaches in and grabs just a handful of cash. Okay. He looks at it and it's like, and we're talking like wadded up bills. Just like, he like looks at it. He's like, that's about right. And then he like hands it to my buddy. He's like, just split that up between you guys. So we're like, there's like three of us and we're sitting out in the driveway, like unfolding all these bills, counting it. Like the dude could have given two shits about how much money he was tipping us. It was just like, wow, this is like this dude's like money wise, like this dude's free. Like he's not worried about us. He's like, I mean, it was, I don't know. It's fun to see instances like that because like I would say on my interactions with some homeowners in that area specifically, I had more like extremely positive interactions with people, even people that were kind of uptight in particular, more like extremely positive interactions than negative ones. Like only a handful stand out as like negative instances doing like service work. I mean, it's, you know, it's not easy on us. And it's much harder on guys when clients are, now if you have bad guys then you gotta be all whatever, but we had, I don't know, rapport with these people because we worked for them before. So there was some of that. But anyways, are we coming up on the 3 hour mark? Oh, bro, we're right at the 3 hour mark, 2:59, right here. Well, you get that barbecue cleaned out and fired up. Is yours, do yours mold and mildew like mine does, man? Usually at the beginning of the season, I got on my grill, I gotta take it out in the yard and scrub it down and get all the, even if I let it air out and keep it dry and all that stuff, it still starts to grow. Yeah, make you some bangers and mash, man. Or whatever it is you grill. My friends always made, they weren't English, but they were South African, but they were English South African, if that makes any sense. They were heritagely English. Man, we as a bangers and mash, tri-tip. There's some other weird little things. We grilled all the freaking time. All the time. Bangers, yeah. Fish and chips, bangers, mash. It's funny how the name, because like I ate all that stuff, but it's like, you know, they're cool. It sounds cool, right? I don't know. Anything else? Oh man, let me talk. I since you guys, I talked last night to one of the guys. He's in here all the time. GX 36 or whatever. So I've got these two theories that I want to make a jokey theory about AI, because we were talking the other night about getting the email and, you know, the like whatever, like, oh, we're going to implement this to do totem the workflows and all this stuff. So I have two theories. I have they're jokes essentially, but one is the a data center to mega church pipeline. So mega churches or no data centers, like AI is going to be like a bubble bust. Like everything is it's almost all entirely hype, and it's gonna get there's gonna be a bust, and a lot of data centers are gonna go under. Just like back in the day when like a Walmart would close into town or whatever, and the whole shopping center would get, in America especially, it would get taken over by a church. So I have the joke of there's going to be a data center to mega church pipeline. And then my other one I came up with the other day I was riding is that, okay, so like all the AI guys, when you hear them talk, they're like, "Oh, we're making a god. Oh, we're making a super intelligent being. Blah blah blah. We want to put it on the moon, and we want to send a bunch of nerds up there to stroke the ego of the giant space computer god." Blah blah blah. It sounds insane. It sounds bonkers. But I'm like, okay, let's say like there's a big G god. Like what is he looking at down and saying about like what we're doing with, large language models and other types of artificial intelligence? He's probably like, "Oh, it's so cute." And it's like it's equivalent to like it's like a Furby. like we're making super sophisticated Furbies, and he's like, "Oh, isn't that nice? Bless their hearts. That's so cute." so like he's like basically like the breadth and expanse of the sort of like that which he could cause to be that, these little pesky angry apes like are making something that they're like, "Oh, this will be a god." And it's the equivalent to like a sophisticated like toy. I gotta come up with a better way to say it, but that's my sort of jokey joke. Those are my jokey jokes on AI, because I feel like we need to be liberated. So I feel like the algorithms gotten in people's heads. Everyone doesn't want to be a naysayer on AI. They want to be like, AI. They're going to say something negative about AI, but like, I don't want to say anything negative about AI. But it's like, how many topics like that in our lives? Like, well, it's okay if he. No, I won't say that. But it's like the whatever zeitgeist. I'll call it the, techno like magical algorithm. That's like there's another layer of like collective unconscious that's there, that's like in you, and it relates to like technology and stuff. You can't criticize technology. I feel like we need to be freed up to just criticize the absolute bejesus out of AI, because like as humans we need to support humans. We need to be pro-human. We need to be, and so my whole theory is, okay, so let's say you get AI to do all this stuff and you eliminate all these jobs, and then the person who has the business is making more money because they've eliminated all this, PTO and insurance and blah, blah, and company cars and all this stuff. They've eliminated all this stuff. Well, who are they making money for? Themselves? So like basically they're like, okay, so if the people that are working those jobs don't have money to go spend on goods and services, then isn't at some point going to be the serpent eating its own tail? Like if you, let's say like we wipe out half of all jobs tomorrow. Well, then those people don't have money to spend on something. Yeah, I know, right? That's we're playing. What's the movie with Matthew Broderick? Is that his name? War Games or whatever. So if we eliminate half the jobs, right? Okay, so everybody's making, all the businesses are making more money because they don't have to pay all this overhead and blah blah and all this other stuff. Well, guess what? Who's buying their services? Other like you have to have a service that can be bought by people that don't have a job, and that doesn't make any sense, right? War games, yep. So if you're eliminating half the jobs and you're eliminating half the income, and all those people have to go do other things, so let's say they're making less income, then at some point your goods and services that you optimize with AI are going to suffer because there's no base to buy your goods and services, right? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I understand you want better autocomplete on your email. Okay. I understand you want to optimize workflow and scheduling and blah, blah, so that whatever, but like we have to do it in a pro-human way, right? We've got to do it in a way where like that's pro person, because like people are already down and out and discouraged enough, right? Like, do you need to go down to the local gas station or Walmart or wherever you go to and you interact with just normal people? Do people need to be shit on anymore? I mean, like, sorry, like COVID, I think took it out of a lot of people. Like there was just a vibe shift after the old Rona, you know? And I feel like people just like, so what I don't know. Like, okay. And then, so then the theory is like, oh, everything's done automated and blah, blah, blah. And then everything is like costs less. And then like, basically they make it sound like all the rich people are going to provide stuff for free and all governments are going to provide stuff for free and blah, blah, and all stuff. And it's just like, what world is that? That is not the world we live in. We live in a dog eat dog, like Machiavellian world. We live in some of my wife last night, like, we call it democracy. We live in whatever. We live in oligarchy. We live in a dog eat dog Machiavellian oligarchy, top to bottom, local politics all the way to the top. We just call our oligarchs mayor or senator or congressman. Like you can change the names and do whatever. The dynamic is all the same. And so like at the end of the day, with all the AI stuff and everything, it's like, who are you making money for and to what end? You're not doing all your like AI God shit for the benefit of the individual person. They're not doing it for the benefit of me. Sorry, I can go on and on and on. They're doing it so they can make more money for this little brief period of time, because at the end of the day, shit's gonna hit the fan and people are going to, right? People are going to like lose their jobs and their livelihood and their homes and income and blah, 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 and be down and out and discouraged. And that doesn't sound good. That never is good for a society. So like, I don't need to hear any more about, we're going to replace all the jobs. We're going to do blah, 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 and all this other stuff. I need to hear about, what are you going to do to help people? What is the plan that you think will work when all the jobs are gone? I don't need to hear, well, you're going to have all these people and they're going to be cleaning toilets in data centers and they're going to be doing all this other stuff. Well, like, okay, great. So me as an individual, as an individual, okay. My thought is like a possible, so like I'm thinking through possibilities. I'm thinking through possible courses of things that could happen. So let's say that all that happens. There's tons of people off work and whatever. Okay. Number one, everyone starts learning trades. Everyone starts doing things you have to do with your hands. You cannot that is not done on a computer. It's done physical in real life. That's not a bad thing in my opinion, because I think far more people need to learn how to do have basic skill sets. So like, I don't have a problem, because every single solitary thing I can do, it's going to be 500 years before you can program a robot to do everything that I do. It just won't be possible. Not 500 years. Let's say 150 years before you could have an autonomous robot go do everything that I do during a day. All right. It's going to be a long freaking time before you got they can barely get robots to walk down the street, much less roof a house, or plumb a house or run the electric, people left on the bottom will be changing out cooling rods in nuclear plants and doing what I do already, cleaning up harmful chemicals and hazardous materials. Yeah, there will be a lot of that. So, but my hope is that, let's say all this goes down. So it makes us more, it'll make individuals more self-reliant because people will have to learn skills. Because like I already know people that are like, they've already eliminated half the jobs at their place. And like, they're probably they're probably next, and it'll probably be one person that would now doing 25 people's jobs with, working with, Claude or whatever. And then, but I hope, see, the thing is, I think we've entered in sort of like a slog in society where people have gotten lazy and they're all about speed and they're not about longevity. So all the buildings we build look kind of like dog shit. Like all the new modern buildings, they don't look great. They're not aesthetically pleasing. So my hope is that get AI can send all the emails it wants. We're going to be over here building in real life cool stuff and like hunkering down on like making the physical things that AI can't do anything with. We're going to go make those things better. We're going to make our towns better. We're going to make our facades on our buildings look better. We're going to make our houses better. We're going to make our neighborhoods and communities better through physical labor. And this is just me, but I'm telling you, like a lot of the like Hispanic guys I work with, they already do this. That you roll into, so a lot of them live in like little trailer parks around, but I'm telling you, they got those places decked out like you're rolling up into freaking like the nicest freaking place you've ever seen. They got these beautiful manicured lawns and fences, and inside of they live in these huge trailers. They are just decked out to the freaking gills. Like they are perfect. Like they all bright colors painted everywhere. And it's like being transported to a different place. But they've hunkered down, they've made their little nook better because they got all these skills and they can go, they can focus on doing that. So my hope is that with all this stuff, we'll learn to rely less on technology and more to rely on becoming better people through skilled labor and whatnot. And people won't denigrate, because I do skilled labor, and for my whole life I've been like, I should have done something different. I should have done something different. I should have done something different. And now I'm like, well, it's kind of a blessing that I get to do what I do, because if I'm glad I didn't become, this, that, or the other, because like AI is going to like take that, and then I'd have to be competing with a robot, and I can't compete with a robot and that, or a, machine. I can compete with like people doing physical things in the real world very well. So that's my hope. But yeah. Do you do cleanup around nuclear places? My dad used to work in a nuclear plant for years. Yeah, it'll be interesting because there's gonna have to be, I don't know. So like that at the end of the day, what's the plan? And I guess it's gonna have to be, they're gonna have to amp up people's connection to things, like being being digitally connected, so that you can't live without being digitally connected. Like that, to me, that's the next step. Your cousin did? Okay. Yeah, my dad worked as a INC tech in a nuclear plant for years and years and years, and then he transitioned into like scheduling or something. But he worked in and around facilities for a long time. And then I had other friends that worked at when I lived in Augusta, that worked at Savannah River site, which was where they make the big guns. If you know anything about that place, that's where they make nukes. And store nuclear waste. But yeah, so I don't know what I was saying. My hope is that Yeah, it did. Um, we we do need we do need I don't know. So that's my thing. Like I don't ever give like I've gone through the looking glass, so to speak, like on like politics, like so like my perspective of the last year has changed in politics like probably more than it has my entire life. Like there is no side. Like once you realize that like the left and the right distinctions in government don't exist, they don't exist to them. They're playing a totally different game than what people think that they're playing. People think that they're electing their congressmen to go up there and represent them. No, they're playing a power game. They're going up to DC or state house and senate, whatever. They're playing power. They're not even playing politics. It's all about power and influence. Nothing to do about me or you or anybody. No one cares about you. No one on the left cares about you. No one on the right cares about you. And if they do, there's probably like slim, like shaving of all the people, like there's 0.5% of the people in politics that actually care. The rest are all playing some sort of like long game for power and influence, in my opinion. So like, whenever people ask like, why doesn't the government institute X, Y, and Z? And it's just like, why doesn't the government just like there's to me, it seems like there's, yeah, no, there's a whole, yeah. I'm like, I go back and forth on the like disliking rich or whatever and all this stuff. Cause like my paychecks have been signed by extremely wealthy people like my whole life in essence, like, but at the same time, I think that there's a whole incentive structure where like, and it can be seen there in code. Like, I think the biggest, like, there's a million people talked about this and said it better than me, but during COVID, all the people that had lawyers and accountants were able to get all like the PPP loans and stuff. Now, there were some small people that did. I knew some people that had small companies, whatever. But there were lots of big businesses. They had a lawyer and they had an accountant, and they could fill out all the paperwork like that. And so like all the big boys got lots of money really quickly. Whereas like a small mom and pop shop, they may have languished or not getting their paperwork in on time or not, taking them longer to do it. And it wasn't like, so like you could see the transfer, like COVID was one of the largest transfers of wealth in this country, because in this way, but it also has to do with when you do have money, you have a different mentality when you're not living paycheck to paycheck and you have money and you know how to use money as a tool and not just as a thing that you're living hand to mouth. When you're able to use money as a tool, like the world just changes. And so like they're like most people's perspective that have like decent money, it's totally different than like middle class thought. But anyways, I hope that well, no, I think the future is what we make it. And I think it is going to force a lot of people to transition to things they don't like. But I think that if we can not let the next stage come. So the next stage has to be, for them has to be complete, entire interconnectedness. They don't want small isolated systems. So for their system to work, you have to rely on the government, or you you have to rely on them for something, because like, let's say tomorrow, and this is just hypothetical, 75% of all people just were like, all right, bro, we're with the Amish or with the Hooderites or with whatever. We're going to go do our own thing. Peace out. You guys have fun. Leave us alone. I mean, you have to think about, okay, what level of people doing that kind of thing would it take to get them to just stop fucking around like and messing with us? Because I feel like we're being messed with. Like we're being poked with a stick and it's like, you gonna do anything now? You gonna do anything now? You gonna do anything now? And so like they have to, it has to be adversarial. Like it has to be like middle working class against elites, because like I said, I think we live in an oligarchy. It has to be us against them. I mean, they'll probably win 95% of the time, but there has to be adversarial relationship between the people and power. No matter who's in charge, there has to be the like, oh, there's a whole portion of people that are willing to just completely check out of society, not pay taxes, and become self-reliant. Like, what do we do then? We can't just give them phones and be like, well, you have to have phones to do a banking system, whenever like they live in a community where they don't need a banking system. You know, like like literally there has to be like, I mean, I know this sounds like esoteric, like old stuff, like Luddites and, you know, whatever. But I think in our lifetime, we're very distinctly going to see it. And we already see it happening. People are already setting up various communities and smaller tight knit things that can survive, you know, a catastrophic instance of like infrastructure failure or being disconnected from this side or the other. And I think that's going to happen more and more and more and more. But I think that they're banking on the vast majority of people being addicted to connection, and they're gonna. And it's, you know, it's gonna become like Brave New World. I mean, like the next step is like get people more connected and then get people more like drugged out. So like, I think in the next, you know, 5 years, you're gonna see passing of legalization of a lot more substances in order to keep people that much more checked out. So people are already, you know, checking out every night, you know, after COVID, like drinking and stuff. I don't know, drinking in men's gone down, drinking in women's gone up significantly. But I think the next step is like encouraging substance abuse of some sort. Whether, I don't know what, I think there's going to be something that we can't, in my opinion, there's something we don't know about yet. That's in the future. That's going to be like highly addictive, highly engaging, and it's going to subvert like it's got to be big. And so I don't know. I'm gonna drink some coffee. Oh, me. Well, I think we did it to it. Thanks for hanging out, John. Thanks for hanging out, Stevie. Everybody else that popped in here and said, hey, we had I had a good time with you guys. My weeks have been really tied up, just longer days because I'm driving and stuff for work and whatnot. So I haven't had the energy to like sit down and stream at night, but I like streaming. I like hanging out. I like sitting here making music, whatever, and doing something chill, entertaining, like fun. Yeah. Oh me, yeah. I'm in the machine. Yes, I know. As much as I don't want to be, but the thing is, it lets me talk to you guys like you. So like, how much can you be in the machine if you're like able to connect with just different people around the world, right? So I mean, like, yep. Anyways, fire that barbecue up, get it all cleaned up, get it cooking, Stevie and John. Have a good weekend. Hope y'all have a good afternoon. Chill. Go be with family, friends, whatever you got to do. I got to go see my mom, I think. So, I don't know. Okay. So I got to figure out how to do this. If I don't want to duplicate my stream, I have to end it here first. So, see you guys. Y'all have a good one.